Hey, welcome back for our final part of this Section 2-4 lesson here. So, in the last problem, we knew that this particular zero was a rational zero, and we know it's the only one because of the rational zero theorem. But how do we know that this zero here is the only irrational one? Because there is no irrational zero theorem. We do know that there is at most 4 complex zeros, but maybe this graph comes back and crosses at some point, or does something else. Part of knowing how x to the fourth works lets you know that, but also there's something that we can say about the bound for these real zeros. And so I don't know if you have this on your notes or not. You might have to write this one down because I just made it better than it was before, and I don't know if I printed it on your notes. Okay, so we can figure out the upper and lower bounds of zeros on a given interval a to b. Okay, so a is the smaller value, b is the larger, and these are x value boundaries for the zeros. Okay, when you hear upper and lower, you think like high and low, but upper is actually right and lower is actually left when we're talking about the bounds for zeros. Okay, so if we have an upper bound, that means there will be no zero greater than the value b. If we have a lower bound, there will be no zero less than the value a, okay, if we're on the interval a to b. So to tell if we have a zero, to see if we have an upper or lower bound, we would use synthetic division and look at the resulting line, okay? So if on the resulting line of synthetic division you would see all positive numbers, we would know that it's an upper bound, and there's no zero past that particular boundary. If, however, it alternates between positive and negative numbers, it would be a lower bound, okay? Now, if it's something that is, kind of like a blend of these two, that means there will be a zero past that point, okay? So here, look at example 3 real quick. All right. So, to show that the function has all of its zeros between -3 and 3, we're going to do synthetic division on this polynomial and look at the line here, okay? So here's -3. All right, we're going to show you that this is a lower bound. So we're going to do synthetic division real quick. Sorry, I'm just clicking through this to save you guys some time. So notice the signs here are alternating: positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. So if you have this alternating of signs, that means that this is a lower bound. Now let's look at, will this be an upper bound? All right, so here we do synthetic division again on the higher value in our interval there, okay? And look, we got all positive, so this tells you that this is an upper bound. That means that there's no zero past this number, okay? And if you were to try like the number 4, you'd also get all positives, all right? So this interval, is relative to like where do you want to see if there's any zeros between, okay? So let's look back at the problem that we did for the you try it here, all right? Let's look at what we got when we did synthetic division on it. Well, we would have a positive, a 0, positive, positive, 0. All right, so since we have all positives or zeros, we can be sure that 2/3 is an upper bound for all of our zeros, okay? I think, let me go back here real quick. Notice in the notes it says if resulting line is all positive numbers, we should change that to be all positive numbers or 0. Then we know it is an upper bound. Just a little thing to clarify that because that wasn't exactly right. But so really, we can be confident that all of our zeros, okay, if we were to do synthetic division on, say, -1, we would get the alternating of positive, and negative on that line below it because that's a lower bound, okay? And if we were to do, like, say, +1, we would get all positives or 0, okay, because that is an upper bound. So we know that our zeros are located between this range, and we can say that for sure because we can figure out lower and upper bounds using this little test here. Okay, guys, that's about it. Hope you have a great rest of the day. The homework is due on Monday, Math Excel assignment. Please shoot me some questions. and I'll try to address them in the next video. Take care now. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.